Hello there! Kyle Katarn here.
And Bendu.
Returning for another community Q&A where we answer questions that you guys want to know. The answers to.
Yeah, all your curiosities and curios, which, as you've given us before, have been like really great content, so I'm excited to see what this cache of questions is going to be.
Sometimes they're a little weird, sometimes they're creepy, sometimes they're funny, but we enjoy them all the same. So let's get to it. So we asked you to submit some questions to us on the YouTube channel and also on the Instagram page. So let's look at the YouTube questions here first. Okay. JJ Fox 47 says, if you were any alien in the Star Wars franchise, what would you be?
Alien-wise, I would definitely have to say is it a cop-out if it's still a humanoid? Because if not...
I don't think so. No. There's plenty of humanoids that are cool.
I would definitely say, like, the Guardian race that Quinlan Vos comes from.
Oh,
I think it would be pretty cool to, like...
With the stripy...
Yeah, with the striped
nose.
tattoos.
Fuck yeah.
Because, like, it would be kind of cool to be able to, like, touch an object and then be able to see its complete, like, you know, history of it sort of thing.
Kind of like Bran.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I would want to be, like, a Rhodian or a Duros.
Just something, like, super alien.
Super classic, weird, goofy-looking rubber alien. Just because, you know, it makes me laugh. And why not? Although, I don't know. It would be kind of cool to be able to fly. You know, choose a race that has, like, crazy attributes.
Right? I wasn't sure if there were any races that flew, but as soon as you said, like,
Toydarians.
aesthetic...
Watto can fly. He's got little wings.
True.
Mind tricks do not work on me. Only money.
So, okay, if we're going... Okay, so I retract my answer and, like, go... If we're going with, like, pure aesthetic aliens, like, I would definitely go with Bosks.
Trandoshans.
Oh,
Trandoshans.
Because now,
that would be
like,
cool. They can jump
head,
really high. They can't fly, but they can jump really high.
And could you imagine just how completely Skyrim a Jedi Trandoshan would be?
That'd be pretty dope.
That'd be
I am sure there is one. If you guys know of a Trandoshan Jedi, either in canon or Legends, let us know in the comments below, because we'd love to know about that.
Alright. Inert Rhombus 8 asks, what is your favorite clone armor paint job, apart from actual Legion reputation?
Okay.
Just visually.
Okay.
Oh.
I get what you're saying.
Easy. Deathwatch.
Deathwatch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With the black,
the black and the
black
red.
And the red, and then, like, a lot of the aesthetic horns, like, for sure.
So what about clones though? Because I think this is asking about clone armor.
But like, I mean,
the three. I know it's kind of new school, but I really like the 332nd Battalion, which is Ahsoka's colorings, the orange over the white.
Oh, okay.
Which was revealed to us with the Clone Wars Saved poster. We finally got to see. Before that, we'd only ever seen sketches by Dave Filoni. Other than that, I really like the 104th Battalion, the Wolf Pack. Blows Bros.
I was gonna say that one.
Yeah, gray. I really like the gray and white.
Yeah, I was gonna ask to like redo the question and then like, yeah, no, okay, fine. Clones would.
No, I mean you can still pick a clone. You want to pick the 104th because that's mine. Like with the stripy pauldrons, and then they've got like.
And then the wolf decals. Yeah.
501st has always been like just like a nostalgia favorite because it's like, you know, the old school battle. It's associated with the original Battlefronts, and you know that's Anakin's Legion, Vader's Fist, so that's kind of cool too. But yeah, no, I think Wolfpack for me.
Wolfpack,
baby. Oh, this is a pretty interesting one. Okay, Michael Jasnewski asks, in between what masters would you like to sit if you had a place on the Jedi Council? I'll start off by saying I would not like to sit next to Yoda. Mace Windu is a very stoic individual. He keeps a straight face, and you would never be able to tell from his facial expressions just how bad Yoda stinks. But I look at a funny little green man, I bet you he like smells weird. I wouldn't want to sit next to him every single day in meetings, you know?
Nah, man, I bet he smells like old-ass incense.
Old-ass cheese.
Nah, there's nothing to say he smells bad. If there's anyone out of the Jedi Council that I would think would smell bad, it's the dude who's like half snake, who has really nasty-ass dreadlocks, and super long fingernail.
Master Oppo Rancisis.
Right? Like, if you're gonna say anyone
he
has
does look kind of
odor,
okay, he's ratchet.
Come on.
He's pretty ratchet.
Come on.
Who I would like to sit next to, Yariel Poof is probably good for a laugh. You know? I choose in my head canon, I choose to believe that the Robot Chicken portrayal of him is accurate.
See, I'm trying to remember if
he's like a long-suffering, just.
I'm trying to remember if Master Cease's 10's telepathic or not, because like you wouldn't want to sit next to someone who could read your fucking mind.
They all can. They're Jedi.
True, but like
they're all like telepathic to an extent.
His race is like a little more so. I feel, or maybe
it's not it's not so much he can read your thoughts. He can put his thoughts into your brain.
Yeah.
Because there's another member of his race in the comics, in the Vader comics, who does that and brainwashes a couple Padawans to form a little cell against Vader.
Right? Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's a racial ability or if it's a force ability.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I don't know. I would definitely, if Yoda is sitting on Mace Windu's right side, I would definitely sit on Mace Windu's left side.
I'd sit next to Ki-Adi-Mundi. I bet he's got some good stories.
Yeah, I'm sure. His pole dancing.
But yeah, don't put me near Yoda, because I still think he smells funky.
Nah.
Lily D asks, are you going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it opens at both Disney parks this year? I don't know. I'd like to. That'd be freaking sweet. I'm not really planning on it right now because I don't have that kind of money to set aside.
Right.
But I mean, that would be amazing. I'd love to go, and I'm definitely going. I don't know if I'm going to be there opening day or anything crazy like that. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. At this moment, I'm definitely expecting more. Or expecting to more look at the content that people will slowly be putting out from the cast member showings, because I know a lot.
I'll be there via YouTube for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But yeah, for me, that's a lot of people, and so like I'm definitely more down to wait a few years until it like dies down a little bit and then really kind of enjoy it more.
That's true.
I know
There's going to be crazy crowds.
It's going to be super crazy right now. As it like slowly starts to open and whatever, and then it's just going to get even more so once the Rise of Skywalker comes out.
That's true. There's going to be a renewed interest in it. Yep.
There's going to be huge influxes of as HK4007 would say, meat sacks. Like
fucking meat bags.
Meat sacks. I'm not, down to be surrounded.
It's true.
by
I'm not huge on enormous crowds, so I think playing the waiting game might be a good idea.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it all nonetheless, for sure. Yeah.
TK550 asks, which planets would you like to see on EA Star Wars Battlefront 2? Fucking all of them. Like, seriously, I want to see all of the ones from Battlefront 1 that they haven't ported back in. Like, Sullust needs to come back into the game, Cloud City in a bigger way than just one blast and Heroes vs. Villains map.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Seleucamite from the Clone Wars. I want to see Ren Var from the classic one, you know? We could go
I think it would be really cool
anywhere.
if you had, like, a small...
Mandalore.
Like, if you had a small skirmish map on the Korriban map that they used for Knights of the Old Republic.
That'd be dope.
And if you went into the individual tombs of the Sith Lords, like if there would be random booby traps that would kill people, like, passively, like you'd fall through a hole.
You could really have like a dynamic environment.
Yeah,
like, on
exactly.
Korriban, like Sith haunting shit and like ancient artifacts. And if you step on this thing, something's gonna crush you. And,
exactly.
That would add to the gameplay. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see things from Legends brought in. Like, it would be really cool to get a Starfighter Assault map in the Maw installation.
Ooh.
That would be dope. You could have the Sun Crusher like parked there as an Easter egg.
Or the Junk Planet from Force Unleashed.
Raxus Prime.
Yeah.
Raxus Prime. Fuck yeah, that would be awesome. Or Nar Shaddaa, speaking of Force Unleashed.
That'd be pretty.
There's so many awesome planets out there, and I think that they would all look awesome in the Frostbite engine, and they need to bring as many of them in as possible. Realistically, though, I expect like maybe Coruscant and Megiddo, Utapau maybe, and then I think they're going to start focusing on sequel maps again once Rise of Skywalker comes out end of the year. Also, it would be really cool to see like a small blast map of like the Tantive 4. Considering they already have the assets in game because the Death Star map has a crashed Corvette in it with an interior that's fully rendered, so they could just rearrange that and boom, you got like a map. That'd be great. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Electro Gamer asks, out of all Star Wars animated series, what is y'all favorite and why?
Ooh. That's difficult.
Out of all animated ones.
So I really like the Clone Wars. Because it's awesome, and because it was the longest running, there's just so much of it. You really sink your teeth into it, and it's not over like immediately. There's seasons and seasons. The storytelling's amazing. Dave Filoni's fucking great. But I don't know if it's my favorite. I really liked Rebels. I really liked the visual changes that they made in terms of like Ralph McQuarrie.
I really had to, with Rebels, I really had to love it over time. The lightsabers really bugged the shit out of me with the fact that they were like the toothpick blades.
That's because that's how Ralph McQuarrie designed them.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. They're kind of trying to shift the design aesthetic back to the basics. And I really appreciated that because I collect Ralph McQuarrie's art. It's like one of my favorite aspects of Star Wars is the visual elements.
Which is beautiful, yeah. It took me a moment to get used to. Animation-wise, though, I have to... Immediately, my brain wants to go with animated Clone Wars. Just
2003, the Tartarovsky one is fucking amazing. We watched that on this channel. I'm sure you guys watched those reactions too and saw how much fun we had.
Just that artwork.
That's definitely up
there. There were certain
definitely
ways, like the way that Dooku is animated, and just like the way that you could get some of the fabric to flow. And I don't know, the fight dynamics. It was just so much more. Like there was watercolor, there was hard ink. Like I don't know, there was different variations to it.
Yeah. Like
a lot of the battles with Filoni were very samurai and gorgeous, and I loved them. And yeah, same with the animated one. Like some of the fight scenes that they would have would just be like very like it would. Yeah, I don't know, it worked. But yeah, Filoni did give me the most Darth Maul, and
that's true.
Really gave his expanded story. All that we had was like stuff from Visionaries and from Star Wars Tales.
Although Rebels did give us the final chapter of the Darth Maul story.
Except now with the new Clone Wars season that's coming out, we get to see teenage Ahsoka fight Maul for the first time.
That's gonna be so rad.
Which my brain is still trying to like wrap around since, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, when Ahsoka ran into Maul in Rebels, they were familiar with each other.
And it didn't quite
like we meet
make
again
sense
kind
why.
of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to get that
to
story,
see
too.
Why. Or how.
It's Spaghetti V2 says, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate General Grievous?
10 being like...
What are we rating him on exactly? Like, yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of, like, awesomeness? Or in
like
just general
like
enjoyability
lethality?
of character?
Yeah, like
okay, lethality? He's like a 7.
He's a great white shark, bro.
He can take out most stuff.
Yeah.
He does run away a lot, but that's because there's a lot of people that are above a 7 in the galaxy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, he's great against Jedi Knights, not so much against Masters, since, like, you know, Windu was able to give him instant tuberculosis real quick, and just, like, yeah, he was kind of a punk bitch throughout the movie Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Well, I mean, like...
But in overall lethality still, I mean, he was on that Jaws level of, like the Jedi were feared of him, or...
Rating him just as an overall character, he was kind of one-dimensional. He was kind of one-dimensional. He didn't, you know... He had his motivations, and they never really changed. And I don't think that he had any kind of development from the first time we see him to the last time we see him.
I'll give
his
him
cough
a 6.
His cough gets a little bit worse, but like we don't really see anything about him other than he's like the general of the Sith, and he's trying to, you know, kill the Jedi. And
yeah. See, because now
that never really changes. So I would say he's like a 5 or a 6. He's still very entertaining to watch, but like you don't go on a journey with Grievous.
He's below Dooku.
He's a supporting character, but he's a static character. Nothing about him is really dynamic. So
he's below Ventress.
Don't get me wrong. I think he's cool. But he's not like he's nothing to write home about in the book of Star Wars villains.
Yeah. The more I think about it, I'm like, huh. If I'm gonna put him as a 7, like, who would I put him above? And I'm like, yeah, no, I would hang out with Ventress before Grievous, and I would hang out with Dooku before Grievous, and like, I don't know. Now I'm coming up with my own hierarchy in my head. Like the longer I think about it, yeah, he's a 6.
Yeah. He's okay. He's not my favorite, but he's definitely not my least favorite. He's good. He's just sort of a side baddie, you know?
Yeah.
There are comics about him that really flesh him out. The Clone Wars really gave him depth because, yes, there's a lot of like, haha, and then he runs away at the last second, like over and over again. But we also got the Lair of Grievous, where we got to learn about his like regeneration process and how he had a snippy little droid that helped him recover from his battles. Yeah. Then he had a pet. He had a big old dog named Gore. And let me just say that when Kit Fisto and his friends came in there and just like broke into his house and killed his dog, Like, that's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
I was on Grievous' side for that episode.
Yeah.
That's all we got for Community Q&A this time. If you would like to ask us a question and have us answer it, stay tuned for the Q&A threads that we post about a day before we start recording these. You'll have an opportunity to send us things either through the YouTube channel or over Instagram. Thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the rest of the channel for more content, reactions, and reviews.
Always leave a comment and subscribe.
And as always, may the Force be with you.